Well, today on this Thanksgiving Day 2014, I have chosen to share with you my use of Ormus for the last 11 months. Ormus is a new product that is sweeping the internet like wildfire, and there's a lot of questions on it. Maybe I can clear some of them up for you. About 13 years ago, I first heard about white powder gold living in the Phoenix, Arizona area. A man named David Hudson was down in his old gold mine, and he noticed a white substance every here and there. He gathered this up into about a golf ball size of material, and he exited the mine. He left this sit outside on the ground. About 20 minutes later, it burst into a flash of light. And this really stirred his imagination. So he went to work on trying to find out what it was. And a few years later, we find that it's white powder gold. Yes, solid gold that was turned into a white powder. In this case, through nature. And he experimented, and today we call it Ormus. It's all part of the orbitally rearranged monatomic elements family, which Ormus is in all living things. It's in the leaves of a tree. It's in a shovel full of sand. The bark, the wood, it's all around us. Extracting it is the secret. Now you can find a recipe yourself for Ormus if you choose to use it. It's on the internet. Just type in recipe for Ormus and you'll find it. I advise you to follow the steps exactly. There is a learning curve to it. But some of the things it says that Ormus will do for you is detox the body of heavy metals, calm one's nerves, raise your IQ, and repair DNA, among many other things. So basically, it just improves the quality of life. And in my case, after 11 months, it has definitely done that. I personally suffer from a ruptured spinal cord with spinal cord fluid leaking out. I've suffered from a broken knee, and also both of my feet have been operated on with bones removed. So you're not going to see me jogging down the road. But with the use of Ormus, it was something that the doctors could not give me, and that is the improvement of the quality of my life. I highly recommend it. I've done a lot of reading and studying on it, and I find it very interesting that when they use Kirlian photography, before and after pictures showed a massive increase in the human aura. That's something you can find on the internet too. See for yourself. Another interesting thing about Ormus is it doesn't seem to be part of the 4 states of known matter: solids, liquids, gases, and plasmas. Well, if it's not any of those, where does it fall? And some say that it's in the 5th state, which, when we go back to the 1920s, there was a man named Bose living in India, a physicist, who contacted Albert Einstein with his concerns about the 4 states of matter. And by the end of the 1920s, they came up with what is known as the Bose-Einstein condensate. And it's this area that they think Ormus lies in. So it's a very unusual product and has worked wonders in my life. It simply helps to stop the effects of aging, which we now know is a disease. It is also thought to some way, somehow, nourish your telomeres. in which science has recently found out that the shortening of the telomeres throughout your life is the reason we age, or the major reason we age. There may be more to it, I don't know. Some even call it a superconductor. Well, a superconductor, if we had a wire that we could put into a loop made of superconductive material and then charge it with, for instance, a 12-volt charge, that 12 volts would operate within that wire indefinitely. In other words, free power. And there's a number of companies out there right now trying to come up with a wire that will do that. However, what does that mean to the Ormus era? Well, I think is what they're saying is it supercharges the body and keeps you going. It has with me. And I've been experimenting. I have several members of the medical community using it. I make it right here. It's not hard to make, and because Ormus is in everything, it's plentiful material. And I personally use natural organic salt to make my Ormus. And what is in salt? If you get the natural organic salt, you're getting all of the platinum groups of minerals. That's gold, silver, osmium, platinum, iridium, rhodium, and a few others. And it'll be the first time that you're supplementing your body with those minerals, because those minerals have been completely overlooked by science until now. So, I highly suggest you give it a good try. And in a couple of months, I'll be back with part 2 after much more experimentation. I'm trying to improve on a product that is so fantastic right now, I can't find enough words for it. And this brings back a moment in my life one time when I was 13 years old. I was walking down the street on a bright sunny Sunday morning, and a little old lady was coming my way, and she was bent over 90 degrees, and it was like just her cane was holding her up. And you could see she was in pain. And I walked up to her and I says, "Ma'am, is there anything I can help you with today?" And she, never forget these words, she slowly looked up at me and said, "Give me back my youth, Sonny." Those words rang in my head all these years, and now I'm thinking, God, if I could have only given her some Ormus, I think it would have improved her life just like it did mine. So stay tuned for part 2 coming up in a couple of months of the Arkansas Ormus Man. Until then, peace.